Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Typical teasing ass Rockets. Look good for stretches, and then they just lose their mind and forget how to hoop in the next stretch. And then they go on these low IQ helmet head short bus mistake fests for minutes at a time, and you just like, but what happened to the last 5-10 minutes of nice, solid, strong play? What happened? What happened? I don't know, man. But the end of that second quarter was not pretty, bro. Not pretty. Defensively is where I'm looking at, man. Defensively is where we tripping. Offensively, I'm not expecting it to look pretty no way. It's not gonna look pretty just due to the fact that how we play. Especially not having no hierarchy. See over there in Phoenix? Y'all see what having a hierarchy is, bro? Y'all see what having a hierarchy look like? Exactly, man. Y'all see what having a hierarchy look like? Now I'm not saying we got a Kevin Durant over here, but at least most teams in the NBA have an order of operations. They know, hey, when the going gets rough, we know where the ball is going. We know where we're finna go to try to get us a bucket. We know this is our best chance to get a bucket. If the player that we're getting the ball to isn't the one scoring, that same player is at least gonna get the ball to somebody else, or at least create an environment where somebody else can feast off of. And right now, the Rockets offense, whenever we decide, when we do this whole sometimes you, sometimes me garbage, what happens when the game gets close where you really need a bucket? Sometimes we're going to go here, sometimes we're going to go there. So now everybody confused. Nobody know what to do when you really need a bucket. I can tell you what we should do, but you're going to have to pay me for that, email. I ain't giving you these consulting services for free. I don't work for free. No. What up, Slaughter, man? What you seeing in this first half?
I mean, with some of what we talked about, I mean, the rebounding, I don't know what the rebounding numbers are. I don't really feel like we're winning that battle.
That's because we're not.
28-20. Okay. They're out rebounding us 28-20. I don't know if it was that bad, but yeah, I mean, that's killer. They started out hot, but they kind of cooled down. That was to be expected. No one on this team really matches up with Durant. He's just doing what he wants. Şengün's not really having an effect offensively. Tari looks great.
Bunnies, man.
And Dylan Brooks is shooting too much.
Sometimes you, sometimes me.
I mean, some of them are good looks. Some of them not so much, but my Ty Washington call was pretty good.
Oh boy, that thing aging like wine. Man, like you could tell he got a good
lap on that for now. I even called it 18 and 3 or something. He's got 9 now, so.
Yeah, down 6 at the half, second chance points are hurting the Rockets. Need to fix that in the second half. I mean, the person who gonna fix it?
Well, I mean,
Jabari ain't coming back yet. The savior ain't coming back yet. I'm gonna push that narrative till I die, boy.
Well, I mean, do you? I mean, they have been using him in more off the ball today,
which I think
it seems like it anyway. And the rebounding's still not good.
Man, a lot of it is what I've been thinking, though, man. They packing the paint and making us figure out something else to do besides try to get a layup, unless it's a broken play. And if we don't get out on a break, how else are we gonna score easily? Because we don't generate any easy buckets. I don't know what it is. I mean, I've already said it ad nauseum. I ain't about to keep repeating myself. But
I mean, what's
points we're at 14 to their 8. But we need to be more closer to 20.
Of playing Steven Adams tonight when he's not going to play tomorrow night and he's only played 5 minutes. Like, if you're only going to play him 10 minutes, why even play him?
You going to play him against the Warriors?
No, but what I'm saying is you should be playing him like 16 minutes tonight. I mean, we could use his rebounding. He's only got 1 rebound.
honestly, I don't even think he should be playing tonight or tomorrow night, man. I don't think the matchups call for it. I think Steven Adams needs to play more in matchups that call for him to play. Otherwise, we can just go Jock. I know Jock has kind of been unbearable at times, but Steven Adams, when you start asking him to do anything outside of rebound, it's not going to happen. And if you get him out there and he's not rebounding, then what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair too.
Okay,
I would say
setting screens, that's cute. But bro got 1 rebound.
I know. I'd say that's unusual. I'd say I expect that to rebound.
King Beer said, KD telling Stone I'm ready to be a Rocket next season, not here. Like, chill, this is your future teammates. No, it's not, because somebody, like 5 of these guys are gone. You try to bring KD in.
He looks great.
He does. I just don't know how comfortable I am with giving up a whole lot for 37-year-old KD.
Agree with that.
Yeah, I just don't know how comfortable I am with that, man. At his face, it looks cute because of name value and all that. But nah, man. It ain't gonna work for me, man.
You know, I think we're seeing, Şengün really only has a couple like limited ways to score. I mean, he really needs to become proficient at something else, whether that's the little floater, whether that's a little face-up step back. I think he needs to do that and focus on that more than shooting threes, because he's just never. I mean, he may not never shoot at a volume that's respectable, but he's not going to do that like next year. I mean, he's got to start connecting on these floaters or something because you can't always get to the rim.
Yeah, not everybody gonna let you back them down. I told y'all, Nick Richards, he's not gonna allow that to just be happening. So there's that. And low key, Şengün does not have a face-up game.
Right.
Low key, I'm not even just talking like face-up and drive. Like he sometimes that face-up game is just like a little 15-foot set shot, and he ain't got that in his bag consistently. Right. He's gonna need to add at least that to his game to start to really make defenses switch up their coverage. Because now, if he's not posting up or being a Fred VanVleet pick and roll merchant, that's about it. You got to add layers. You got to add dimensions. Got to add dimensions to your game, man. Unfortunately, we're not exactly there yet. I mean, it's just year 4, so we'll see.
Did Reed get up a shot in that first half? I don't think he did. No.
He got up a couple.
I mean, that's a tough matchup for him. A lot of big dudes.
Yeah. Oh God, no, did he? Goodness gracious, that was worse than anything I've ever said.
Okay.
Yes. God. But yeah, man. That So your tie thing looking good. Bobo started to heat up a little bit.
Yeah. He had some really tough shots though. I mean.
Yeah, he did.
I'll let him shoot those.
But I think where the big issue is, we're letting KD score and facilitate.
Right. Yeah.
We gotta make him pick one and make him stick to it. Because when these great players like that, when you let them do both, their teams rarely lose. Especially that they're shorthanded. He's got 5 already.
Yeah. It seems like he could have more.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think our defense has just been horrible. I think it's more about the second chance points. Let me see if my theory is correct. Let me double check myself. Wow.
But I mean, and to an extent, I mean, Jalen's got 14. It doesn't seem like he's imposing his will on the game, though.
I was gonna say that.
And
he's playing within the flow.
You're gonna have Tyus Jones and Colin Gillespie and Ty out there. You gotta punish those guys. You gotta force the issue.
But always, sometimes you, sometimes me, though. That's the problem. I think that is the problem.
You just got to do it, dude.
Yeah, I think this may sound off, but I think Jalen being so coachable becomes a problem at some point. Like he doesn't just go and say,
I'm with you. He needs a little Cam Whitmore.
Like sometimes you just gotta say, screw what the coach talking about. Hakeem did it, James Harden did it. Sometimes you just gotta say, listen, screw whatever you talking about. That play, that little cute play you drew up in the timeout. Yeah, try that next time. Right now, I'm finna call my own number and we finna go get this bucket. Cause ain't nobody a lot of times these little cute plays that these coaches draw up, they try to get some role players involved too. Usually that doesn't really do anything because it's like, bro, you're a role player. You just need to go fall back. Let me carry it. Let me steer the ship, and you go stand in that corner. When I give you the ball, you make the shot. We simplify everything. That's why it's good to have a superstar player because, and I'm not saying we don't have one. Well, I am saying we don't have one, but that's the problem with the hierarchy issue that we have. When you have one, you know what to go to. Like everybody knows where to fall in line in the hierarchy, and you don't have to call as many plays as much. It's just all right. The simplifier thing. We know this person's going to bring the ball up. We know this person's going to try to get us a bucket in the half court and drive to the basket. Or we know this person's going to go over there and post up and draw two and kick it out to somebody else who's open. Like you simplify the damn out. That happens every time. You just make things simple. Like you don't overcomplicate it. And I think the whole sometimes me thing complicates stuff because now you got guys, everybody thinking in their head, is it me this time or is it somebody else this time? Nope.
Right.
When the going gets rough, everybody's got to know, all right, this is what I need to do now. I know I need to do ABC now. But everybody in their mind with this nonsense is, maybe? You don't want maybe, bro. Not in a game you losing at halftime, not in a close game. You don't want maybes. You want for sure. Maybe I'm tripping.
No, I think you're right, and it's part of. I mean, I've had similar concerns because I'm like, I don't really care, like if you're wrong. Like I don't care if you choose the wrong players to build around. In a sense, right? They're all talented enough, but it makes everyone's job easier even if you're just choosing the guys, right? Like, okay, like we're gonna do it around Jalen or we're gonna do it around Şengün. Like you may be wrong, but at least it provides everyone with stability. Whether it's the stability they want, I can't say, but it's the stability they're gonna get.
I think I see what you're saying. Nah, you got a point. Yeah, I mean, I think that will come whenever this consolidation trade happens. I think for now, for ego purposes, you kind of have to say sometimes you, sometimes me. I think. If that's the thinking behind it, because we're in quote unquote phase 2, all right, I'll buy into it for now. But this is a temporary thing. This is not a permanent way to go about business. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Right. And like you said, I mean, it's like Şengün and Şengün aren't in the actions together enough, and they're not in the actions together enough outside of a pick and roll. It's all based on that. Like I bet if you watch the old Kings with Fox and Sabonis, it's a lot different than what we're doing now.
I thought you were gonna say Brad Miller and what's that? Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, Mike Bibby, Chris.
Well, Brad Miller would be a great person to watch. I mean, he did a lot from the high post. I mean, different games, obviously, style, but I mean, great passing, great screener.
All three of those Sacramento bigs I named could shoot.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. It makes a big difference because now you can extend when you run quote unquote shin hub from. Imagine running it from the 3-point from the wing.
I think Şengün can shoot. It's like there's like a mental thing to it.
Okay, so 70% free throw shooter for his career, and he's slightly below this season his career average.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of been steady the whole time. Where can we get an improvement from? If I don't see improvement from at least the free throw line, I don't know how much I can start giving you credit for being a shooter or being able to learn how to shoot better. Maybe I'm.
He's like, I don't know what he is from mid range, but I'd imagine it's like a lot worse than what we think too.
If I had to guess, just from the eye test, it's no better than average. And
I think it's probably less than average. I would take average. Let's see. From
what is these fools?
From 10 to 16 feet, he is 48%.
And where is that for?
That's actually
for
pretty
centers? Good. Where is that for centers?
I don't know what the average is for centers, but he's only 42% from 3 to 10 feet. That, and he was shooting 50% the 2 years prior.
I wonder what the volume is like per game.
He shoots
per possession.
Let's see. Oh yeah, for position. I don't know. He shoots 40% of his shots at the 3 to 10 feet.
And he shoot. Ooh! Don't say that out loud, bro. Don't put that on the timeline because you might not wake up tomorrow morning. Somebody gonna come find
you. I have no qualms. I hate everyone. You got to remember that. So.
That's true.
But
oh my goodness.
but I mean, Jalen's got similar deficiencies too, and it's like they both just gotta get better at those things.
They're both inconsistent. Not everybody wants to admit that, but they're both inconsistent.
Right, and they're both inconsistent because they don't have a good go-to move. I mean, Jalen kind of like during the hot streak, right? Jalen he was really hitting that like elbow jumper pretty consistently, and he was looking to get there. And now that's kind of like gone by the wayside. I feel like he shoots it twice a game, maybe. But he hasn't been good at it either.
Some of that is the updated scouting report too. Defenses
have
taken that away.
For sure. You got to start.
Same thing with Sengun. Defenses have taken away all of them little fun. You notice he doesn't fake anybody out like he used to.
Exactly.
Because they know he ain't got nothing else to go to. Yeah. They know there's nothing else for him to go to.
Everyone stays on the ground.
Yep. I've been saying it all season. They stay on there right here. You stay on there right here.
Yeah, that was a good point by you.
Folks gonna pay attention at some point. They're gonna pay when you have a pattern of a small pattern of things that you do, it becomes easier to game plan against. When you have more, what's the word I'm looking for? Think about it. When you at 24-hour fitness and you playing basketball and you got the same guy guarding you over and over and over again, eventually you figure him out, right?
Not me, but someone.
You figure out your defender, or on the flip. I get it, but on the flip side, if you're guarding somebody,
yeah,
you figure them out. Like you figure each other out. It becomes, or they say,
that's how I survive. Scouting reports.
That's funny.
Mental scouting reports.
That's exactly. Hey, sometimes you got to play upstairs too. Yeah. But in combat sports, if anybody's ever trained or anything like that, they always say the worst fights to take are the ones against a sparring partner because they know you so well, you know them so well, and the fight doesn't end up ever being anything fun or there's not much to take away from it because it doesn't look good. Like you two know each other way too well.
Yeah, so it was like those Warriors Rockets games, by the game 7.
Boy, by the end of that era, it was just
92, 87 or whatever. Even
hell, Warriors Cavs in the finals.
Or Warriors Cavs in the finals, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was too much. Like, all right, we've seen y'all enough. I'm tired of y'all. I almost made a marriage joke.
But Sengun, he came in so polished, and he came in with such an array of moves, and I just don't feel like he's added on to it.
Well, I think the moves came too much in the same area.
Well, right, yeah, right. They're all from the post.
Yep. If you extend, and in this day and age, it's cool to be a post player, but even the best post players got an outside game. Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic. These guys can all shoot from the outside, man. You have to guard them from the outside. So even if that's a better option than letting them post up all game, you at least know, man, this is another thing on the scouting report I got to pay attention to. Now you can't get confused. Like if you don't have that many things to counter a defense, because they know what to expect. You get them 20 things to try to worry about instead of just 10. It's harder to figure out 20 than 10.
All right, so
Okay.
we're 2 minutes into the half. What do you
Okay.
think? What's the score?
Okay.
What's the final? You sticking with your
66,
final?
65. Oh man, both our final predictions are blowing the hell out of the smithereens, bro. Like, ain't no
I
way.
agree with that.
I'm gonna update it to 117, 114 Rockets. I still think we'll pull it out.
I'm gonna say 110, 107.
Okay.
I think it's gonna
110,
slow down
107.
a lot in the fourth.
Mate, I can see that being the case. I just think the Rockets probably have a little bit more dog. They're not as veteran. They have to rely on their athleticism. So,
Right.
but they do have a lot more dog in them than the Phoenix Suns do. Even if the Phoenix Suns have a lot more veteran smarts to them.
Agreed.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how it play out. Yeah, I ain't doing no post game. I can't.
Heard.
I got work to do and I gotta go to the gym. So nah, bro.
All right, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Man. Yeah, we're gonna figure out a day to do this another episode of the 2-man game though. We'll figure it out. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Catch us on the next one. This is the Rockets Propaganda / Rockets Round Robin channel. We are.